2013, and this is one of the important instrument of this lab, which is Nanofox Germany. We have purchased this equipment in the year 2013, and the costing of this equipment goes about 20 lakhs. So from the date of purchase, it is working very smoothly. Our students, M.Pharm student, PhD student, and also B.Pharm student can access this equipment anytime with the prior permission from the faculty. And these students are using, along with the students, our outsiders faculties such as Goa College of Pharmacy, then the NCL Pune, and many institutes all over the Maharashtra bring their sample for analysis of their formulation. There are various methods for the formulation and the preparation of the nanoparticle. So out of these different methods, one of the method is the high pressure homogenization, and this is the equipment which is used for the preparation of nanoparticle, that is high pressure homogenization technique. So this is high pressure homogenizer which is used for the preparation of nanoparticle. So the costing of this equipment is about 6 lakhs, and we have purchased this equipment from Italy. So it is working very smoothly. Students nowadays students are using this equipment for their projects. Another important instrument in the nano section named as DELSA Nano C. This equipment we have purchased in the year 2013, and its costing goes around 20 lakhs. This equipment is used for analysis of zeta potential, which is one of the important parameter for the stability of the formulation. So this equipment gives us idea about the stability of the formulation.
This instrument from D-Lab USA. The cost of this instrument is around 65,000. One of the methods to prepare nanoparticles is by high-speed homogenization. So this instrument is used to prepare nanoparticles by the high-speed homogenization technique. Though the instrument looks very small, but the application of this instrument in a nanotechnology is quite huge. The basic principle behind this instrument to convert the coarse particle into the smaller size particles. The coarse particles are passed through small orifices and converted into the smaller particles under the pressure. So this is the principle behind this instrument. You can prepare nanostructure lipid carrier, solid lipid nanoparticles, polymeric nanoparticles by using this instrument. Centrifuge. We have brought this instrument from the Remy. The cost of this instrument is around 1,15,000. This instrument is mainly used in case of characterization of the formulation, such as entrapment efficacy, drug content. In that case, this instrument is mostly used. This is deep freezer. This instrument is also brought from the Remy. The cost of this instrument is around 1,15,000. This instrument is mainly used to store the blood samples of, or if your drug is thermosensitive, in that case this instrument is used. Before the lyophilization process, if you have to store the formulation, then you have to keep your formulation inside this deep freezer for around 2 days before lyophilization process. The cost of this instrument is around 8 lakhs. We brought this instrument from the lab Concom. The capacity of this instrument is 2.5 liters, and it's a 12 benchtop model. This instrument is used for the drying purpose for the thermolabile drugs, in which you cannot dry the substance by direct heating. You can use this instrument where the liquid formulation is directly converted to the solid form without the heating, because your drug is thermosensitive, so you cannot use the drying in that heating. In that case, this instrument is used. Mostly M.Pharm students are using this instrument in which their drug is thermolabile.
This is film former machine. Recently we have purchased this machine from VJ Instruments, and the machine cost goes around 2 lakhs, and this equipment is used for B.Pharm students as well as M.Pharm students for their project. B.Pharm students also do some minor projects on this machine, and even M.Pharm students prepare different types of films such as buccal film, buccal patches, or ophthalmic films, or skin patch or skin film as their M.Pharm projects. So many projects are carried out using this machine. So we have purchased this machine for our M.Pharm and PhD students. Double cone blender from Avon Engineering, and this is made from stainless steel 316 because the pharmaceutical material is coming in direct contact with the material, and this is used for uniform mixing of the content, because in case of tablets, different excipients and your active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is your API, that is your drug, is present. So the uniform mixing is very essential to get proper formulation. So, and this equipment is having capacity of 15 liters. So we can see here it is having 2 cones, that's why it is called as double cone blender. This is the first lead. We have to open this lead. To put the material into this, and as this drum, this is double cone drum, rotates, there is a uniform mixing of the material, and it is having safety guard also. If we raise this portion, the equipment will automatically stop. This is planetary mixer, which is again used for mixing of pharmaceutical ingredients such as different excipient and API. Why the name is planetary is given? Because this is a blade which is used for mixing of the material. This is a drum where we have to keep the material. This blade will make the movements of the material up and down, and it will mix the material uniformly. So in pharmaceutical industry, this is the most widely used mixer for granulation also and for mixing also. This works, its working is very simple, and generally 2 or 3 multi-hang blades are there, and when the pedals are moved, there is a revolution or rotation running at the same time. So the material will flow up and down, and also, as well as it around the inner cylinder, which can reach the mixing effect in very short time. So it is very useful and mostly used in pharmaceutical industry for mixing purpose.
Machine in 2008 from the Avon Engineering Works. It's made up of stainless steel 316. The capacity of this instrument is 5 liters. The basic principle behind this machine is to remove the moisture content from the granules as well as the solid particles. So this is the bed formed with granules. The hot air passes through this perforated bed of powder, and then each particle is fluidized with the help of that air, hot air. Then the hot air comes in contact with the particle and remove the moisture from that particle, so that the drying process will takes place, and these granules are then again used for the tablet punching, so that you will get the proper tablet. There are different industrial projects are carried out by using this fluidized bed dryer. Such as Futrol and other industry are work on this machine.
This is RMG, that is rapid mixer granulator, which is used for the preparation of granules. So while formulation of tablet, we first mix all the ingredient and dump mass is prepared. From that dump mass, we have to prepare the granules, and for preparation of those granules, this rapid mixer granulator is used. So the granules which are prepared in this equipment is having capacity of 5 kg, and it is brought from Avon Engineering. So we can see that a mixing instrument, the 3 blades are there. By using those blades, a proper mixing and granulation is carried out. So after preparation of these granules, the next step is drying of these granules, and this is the tray dryer which is used for drying of these granules. So these are the different trays in which we keep the granules, and at particular temperature required as per the manufacturing process of tablet, the granules are dried, and these granules are then converted into tablet by using tablet punching machine.
This multi-mill, this is also brought from the Avon Engineering's works. The basic use of this multi-mill is to reduce the size as well as to separate the size. There are 12 blades, then 2 scrapers and 8 beaters in this machinery, so that the size reduction takes place by these blades. You have to load the material from here. Then that material comes here. As you can see, these are the blades. Where the process of size reduction actually takes place by these blades. Then there are different sieves of different size are available, where from which you can separate the specific size particles from the material. Size particles are collected in this collector. So this is the working of the multi-mill.
This is spray dryer which is used to convert the liquids into solid form or slurry into solid form. The overall weight of this system is about 70 kg, and it is having air heater capacity. So the sample will come from this side, sample and hot air will come from this side, it will reach here, and the larger particle will settle here, and the smaller particle will be collected in this section. This is a very good technology which is generally used for M.Pharm students for their projects. This is tablet punching machine from Lab Press. It is having 12 stations, means at one time 12 tablets can be prepared. In 1 hour, it prepares about 7,500 tablets. So this is the output of this machine. This machine is again made from stainless steel, and on regular basis our students use this machine, because in third year, in second year, third year and final year they have practicals on this machine. So we are using this machine regularly. So this is the hopper from where we will put the granules which we have prepared in RMG, and so these granules will come down, and these are the dies and punches, and we can prepare the tablet from these granules. We have different sizes of tooling. We have D tooling, B tooling and BB tooling. So these are the different sizes of the tablet which we can prepare from these. So these are the variety of tablet having different dimensions, different shapes we can prepare in our lab. also used for polishing also. So it is called as coating and polishing pan. The working of this instrument is similar to that of R&D coater. Here also we coat the tablet by sugar coating or film coating, and also we can polish it. The material from which this equipment is made, it is stainless steel 316, and we have purchased this machine from Avon Engineering, and our student, M.Pharm student as well as B.Pharm student are regularly using these both the machines.
Okay, now we are in the liquid manufacturing session. This is a machine which is called a liquid manufacturing unit. Okay, this is the same kind of model whatever in industry they used. In industry the big tank, big vessels are there, but the same mechanism they follow, or other same equipment we used. Now you can see this is the first tank where the sugar is being made. You know that syrup contain sugars, or that itself is a syrup, right, which contain drug. So we prepare here syrup of different drugs. So first tank is sugar melting tank. Here we put the water and sugar together. Here is a heating system which melt the sugar, which make the simple syrup. Then the second phase is there. That syrup is being transferred to the main tank, that is a manufacturing tank, right? This is a main manufacturing tank. This syrup will be transferred to this, and the mechanism of this transfer is done, or this transfer is done by using the pump. You can see the pump is there. Then the rest of the ingredients, such as drug or other additives, are being added from this, and again it is mixed for some time, or the respective time. After completion of this process, the syrup is being transferred to the third vessel, that is called as storage, right? You can see so many taps are there which control the flow, right? If the mixing is not done properly, the same material can be again transferred into this tank, and again we can reprocess. Okay, so this is another one where we can see here is a storage tank, right? You just look at this material. This is a stainless steel, but the grade is different. This is called as pharmaceutical grade. This is SS316. Okay. So after this tank, we have the machine that is called as filling machine, liquid filling machine. So you can just see here is a simple mechanism. You can show it from this side. So this is the the unit which can regulate the amount or the quantity of the syrup to be filled, which can be filled at this point. Okay, so you can see the first is melting vessel, syrup preparation, simple syrup, then main tank or the main manufacturing vessel, storage tank, then filling over here, and after filling there is a sealing. The filled bottle is being placed over here, the cap is being placed, and then the height can be adjusted, and then we can seal the bottle. So this is all together, it becomes the syrup, right? Hello, this is one of the unit that is called as semi-solid manufacturing unit. Now in this case, as you see in the adjacent unit, that is a liquid manufacturing unit, you can see there is a similarity in between these two units. Okay, but there is a difference. But the first container, what you are just watching in front of you, is a melting, right? This is semi-solid, means creams, ointment, paste, gel, jellies, all the semi-solid contents or the preparations are being prepared over here. So in this first, the mechanism of all these vessels are set. First you have to melt all the bases which may be solid or may be semi-solid or may be oily. So first of all we have to melt all the content. So here is a melting vessel. It is a jacketed. Jacketed means you can see the width of this vessel. In this it is not solid. It is empty in between where the hot water is being circulated with the heater. You can see this is a heater over here. And so first step in this case, melt all the ointment bases or cream bases, right? Then its control is there in this side. All the control you can see, which can be controlled from the control panel. Okay. After melting of all this semi-solid bases, it turns into the liquid. Now this liquid will be transferred to this main vessel. Now you can see the difference in the earlier liquid manufacturing and this. Here the torque is required more, means the power required to mix the semi-solid content is more. So therefore, like our bike, you can see the first gear, it can take a lot of load, right? So like that, the torque applied over here is too much or as per the content of the preparation. The same thing, you can add the rest of the ingredients from the other side, like preservatives or maybe coloring agent or the flavors or essence in that. Okay. And after this, again in this case here it is again heat jacketed. All the manufacturing process takes place in this main equipment that is called as manufacturing vessel. So once it is manufactured, again in the same way it is being transferred with the help of pump into the storage tank. This is a storage tank. From this storage tank it can be filled into the tubes or maybe into the bottle. Tubes means ointment tubes. And then it is transferred, and this is a one which is used for the filling of the ointment. Here the weight or the amount of the ointment or cream can be adjusted with this knob, and then it will be filled into the tubes or the bottle, right? So this is all about the semi-solid or the creams or ointment or the paste.
We have brought this instrument from Biotechnics. This instrument is used to check the stability of the formulation. Of the extracted stability studies are performed in this stability chamber. In this chamber, you can maintain the temperature as well as the relative humidity, and you have to keep your sample in the stability chamber. As you can see, the samples are kept for checking the stability of that formulation. Around 3 months stability we are checking in this chamber. Our M.Pharm students are use this chamber for their M.Pharm projects.
This is the clean room facility, which is also called as aseptic area. And this aseptic area is generally used for the packing of parental products or ophthalmic products. Also, this area can be used for microbiological procedures also, such as sterility testing, or when there is some exchange of microbial flora or algae or such type of microbiology related work is also carried out in this area. So as we start with this area, this is the first thing, that is the air curtain. We can see this. So this air curtain is used for differentiation of the area, because this is the clean area. So for differentiate the environment outside and inside, this air curtain is used. So as we go inside, we can see this is the airlock system. So this is the first airlock. So as we come inside, this is the first airlock system, and we can see here this is the room, or this is the area where we have to change our footwears. Why we have to change the footwears? Because to reduce, as we go inside, the contamination level we have to reduce. So we have to change the footwear. So we have to wear the footwears which are available here. These are contamination free footwears. So this is airlock first. Now we are moving towards the airlock number 2. So this is airlock number 2. So this is the second area. Here we have to cover ourselves. We have to wear the mask here, apron, then foot covers, mask, gloves. So this is airlock 2, and we can see airlock 1 and airlock 2. What is difference between these airlock 2 and airlock 1? So if we measure the pressure difference between these two areas, there is a difference of 15 Pascal. Even as we move inside, there is airlock 3. So again there is 15 Pascal difference is there. Why this difference is maintained? Because the contamination from outside should not come inside. To prevent this contamination, this pressure difference is provided. So this is second airlock. Now we are moving towards the third airlock system. And again, one important thing is that when we open the one door, the another door should be closed. At a time, two doors should not be open. Again, this we are doing to prevent the contamination. So, this is third airlock. Here we have to sanitize the hand. So after sanitization, we have to move in actual aseptic area. So this is the area where all the operations such as feeding or any aseptic technique we have to perform. So this is the area where we have to perform the various procedures. This is laminar airflow bench, and which is having this HEPA filter, and here UV lamp is there for to remove the contamination which is present on this floor. Even we can see that these are the HEPA filters from where air will come inside. This air will be again a pure air which will be free from microorganisms. So like this the air will enter and it will go back from this area. So in 1 hour generally 20 to 25 air changes will occur, and here we are going to perform the procedures. So we have to sit like this and we have to perform the different procedures in this area. This is called as laminar airflow bench. Here this is working table which is made up of stainless steel 316, and this is the pass box. This pass box is there for exchange of material. Again, at one time we have to open either this door or that door, so that again we have to reduce the chances of contamination. So this is the box where from where the exchange of things will be done.